Morning, good afternoon, good evening, Raider Nation. It's your boy Turf checking in at 6:04 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Shout out to everybody, man. I'm in Vegas. Um, you can obviously see. Hopefully everything is going well. We're gonna do some unusual things tonight. For obvious reasons, because I'm in Vegas, and clearly this is what I have to do because I wasn't prepared for this. I don't have anything. I don't have a chat. We good though because we are going to talk about what needs to be talked about right now. I mean, everybody is excited. Everybody is on board. Everybody is, happy go lucky. Fernando. Yeah. Turf is coming to be the Debbie Downer, of the deal, if you will. And we're just going to have to see how it rides out. We're going to talk about it all, man. We're going to talk about it all. Hey, we see some breaking news, man. Mike McDaniel is expected to become the Chargers' offensive coordinator. Cheers to the Chargers. Wow. So as you can see, maybe you can and cannot. What is this? Abel Baker Brewing Company. Shout out to Abel Baker. If you guys do not know, I have a all-time favorite place here that I love to give, pub to. Yeah, Turf's favorite bar in Vegas, 595 Craft and Kitchen. It's my spot. My peoples that's been to the area location know. Shout out to Cheeto, TRS and any and everybody else. I know that 805's been over this way. I don't know if he's been to my bar, but they're having a big event tonight. So if you're in the area, Abel Baker has everything on Smash over at 805 Craft and Kitchen. So yeah, mosey on over there. Check that out. Yeah. And yeah, I agree. Shout out to Chris from Protect the Shield. It's a great hire. Yeah, I think everyone in TRS agrees. Cheeto, Severe, Rundown. It's a good hire. I mean, are you kidding me? It's what you want. You know what I mean? He's definitely next level. Between him and Harborough, bro, that is wild. Yeah, I just had to type to the fellas. Him and Harborough in the lab, bro. That's dangerous. It's dangerous, ladies and gentlemen. It is dangerous. Yeah, I have no idea if anybody is checking this live out just yet right now. I have nothing set up. As you can see, we got plenty of people going at the same time. I'm sure, there's plenty of people having these conversations, but we are definitely going to have this one with Turf. No sound effects, none of your usual visuals, none of the things that you're usually expecting to see. But I really want to have this talk, man. And I don't know, maybe it's good there aren't people around. Maybe it's good there aren't messages to see. Because I'm definitely wanting to have a heart to heart with the Las Vegas Raiders, with the Raider Nation, and all like minds that are looking for this team to get better in some way, shape, or form moving forward. I joined this whole content creation world in 2021. It's been interesting to say the least. Um, that's the easiest way to explain it, if you will. I don't even know how to even explain, if you will, in terms of the things that are going on from when I started in 2021, you know, and how everything's, moved forward till today. In 2026, this is where I miss my board. I love those. I love the sound effects. So, first and foremost, you see I'm rocking the M. Lindenberg, shout out to Lindenberg on the squad. He is a Golden Gopher. I call him the Gopher guy. GG. He's a GG just like my daughter's a GG. Shout out to my GGs, the Gopher girlies, knocking down 3 top 20 opponents, 2 of them in the top 10, number 10 and 5, I believe. We are on a tear, and we're going into Nebraska, taking no names. I'm excited. I'm excited for the girls. Gymnastics is on another level for Minnesota. And it's interesting to see this freshman class, ladies and gentlemen. I love how I have that elephant in the back. Anybody that knows turf, they know I go by another moniker, if you will, right? Another name. It's called Professor T. And just so happens to be that elephant you see in the back right there that kind of shines in and out. It's our logo, man. Shout out to Team Rabati, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Muay Thai. My number one place. It's one of those places, man. It'll always be there for you. Can't wait till I can get back regularly, consistently. But I digress. So no, this is gonna be a great show for me. I don't have any notes, any preconceived thoughts or ideas or anything going into this one today. We're still mid through the playoffs. I'll definitely talk about those things in terms of who I'm expecting, right, to be, victorious. There's 4 teams left, right? You got the Donkeys, right? You got the Donkeys versus the Patriots. Shout out to my guy Spence. Cheers, Spence. And the Patriots, the better half of Dead in the Water. Again, I've already said it a million times. We're going to be changing that name. ASAP, if you will. It is what it is, man. The Patriots are no longer remotely close to anything that we have going on. So it's only fitting to put one dead in the water, maybe. Maybe it's just that simple because, it brings us to the topic of discussion. Where do you guys really think we are? This is what I think about. Like I said, I've been really focused on this since 21. 21 and 22 was a very rough situation for me, having to go to all of the games, really eat, sleeping, and breathing it. And, it affecting my week, just from one game on the weekend that Sunday afternoon or evening, whatever the case may be. I went from my first year in 2021 to you wouldn't see my face on a loss. There's no Tuesday night Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show. I couldn't do it. I'd probably be canceled. I'd probably have a new channel name. All those things, right? Just out of sheer just annoyance, conversation that goes left and probably improper, it just goes not good in that scenario. So 21, 22 was better. 21 was bad. 22 was better. But then enter 2023. I met this kid named Chris. He runs this channel, called they had these group of people, the Shield Squad. Shout out to my man. I met Chris, man, from Protect the Shield podcast. It gave me new life. It gave me new life in a great way. I still wonder if it's been a good thing or a bad thing that I've met Chris. Shout out to my dog. I know if he sees this and hears that one, I already know he's rolling. Man, we can't wait to get up. Like that's my ace, my guy. And man, trust me, we both struggle with this whole Raider Nation situation in terms of our fans. It's a lot. It's a lot, man. I sometimes I wish I didn't go into content creation just purely on the understanding of our fans. That's not fair to all fans. I see. See, I can see a little bit. Pigs is in the building, man. Shout out to Pigs, and I can show it on the side. I just don't have the effects, man. What's good, Pigs? Appreciate you for coming through, man. Hope you enjoy this show as always. You can tell I'm not home, and I'm actually in home base. I'm actually in Vegas. So, but yeah, I'm gonna continue to keep talking, man, because I got with Chris, man, and I just got introduced to the whole underground, right? Pigs. I mean, he knows what I'm talking about. There's a whole different world in this YouTube space and the platforms that exist in just football. I mean, there's just so much, ladies and gentlemen, especially over the 5 years that I've been doing this legitimately, as I would say. I don't count my first 2 years. I'll never ever not count it. You can see my very first video. You know what I'm saying? You 100% can see my very first video. I've never deleted a single video that I've created. That is fact. I don't care how bad, good, and different I sound, look, whatever the case may be. I just never done it. And I don't ever expect to. It is what it is. If I look bad on here, it's on me. You know what I mean? It's up to me to control those things. So, no, seriously, I've been doing this since 2021. Like I say, when I thought I couldn't control it, I didn't get on camera. But now I can get on camera, man, and I can have these heart to hearts. I can have these real conversations. And quite frankly, not care what you think. Right? That's why I'm here, to give my opinion. Do I think I'm qualified? Sure. Right? There's a lot of things, man, that look, as a player, it's always more comforting to be around another quote unquote player. Everybody knows what that means. If you played the game before at that level, it's very comforting to know a person that you're dealing with has played at that level. It's even more comforting that they played at that level at that position. And it always helps. And I think in this content creation world, that is going to hold some weight. Is it the end all be all? Absolutely not. I see guys that are so phenomenal every day that I'm positive probably have never stepped foot on the gridiron a day to save their life, even if it was just for fun. Like, no, That doesn't mean they don't know football. That doesn't mean they can't break down plays. That doesn't mean they can't really, dig into it. Pause. But, you know, it does bring, it brings you to the front and center as far as scrutiny is concerned. Because it's a lot easier to talk about stuff when it's something you haven't had to deal with, right? Have you had to block a 240-pound linebacker that runs a 4.4, screaming down the A gap, nothing impeding him, and it's just you and him? There's just things that people aren't really truly going to understand unless you've really truly played the game. And that's the way it goes, man. But all of this leads up to, where are we going? Where is the Raiders going? We have the number one pick. Everybody has their agenda. I think that a lot of Raider Nation wants Fernando Mendoza. That's what I think. Have I found polls? Have I done the research on that and paid attention to that type of research? Absolutely not. I mean, we are very much the team that really loves to be 50-50 down the middle in everything. I can bring up one of the greatest running backs of all time, and unfortunately, it might be down the middle, 50-50. Some people hate him for playing for the Chiefs, Marcus Allen. Some people love him. Marcus Allen can do no wrong in my eyes. I've met Marcus Allen. I've shaken his hand. I've had conversations with Marcus Allen. He can do no wrong in my book. A little different. You know what I mean? It is what it is, man. He's just not for me. He's just not for me at all. Yeah, I'm sorry. Now, yeah, pigs. See, you got me. Yes. Mendoza is fine. See how that just is. I need my buttons is not being home, ladies and gentlemen, because I do like having conversations. One day, I swear I will get to chat with pigs, no matter what the case may be, man. Yeah, but I agree with you. The other option is better if you're in terms of Mendoza and trading out of it, right? That's the other option. Yeah. So, and Marcus Allen is somebody you agree with too, pigs. That's why I say sometimes it's hard, man, because we don't like the echo chambers. We don't. We don't. You know what I mean? It's tough, man. It is tough out here dealing with the echo chambers. Nobody can have a thought for themselves, stand on it, right? All those things. And that's what we deal with. It's absolutely what we deal with. And being a person that has played this game, man, you're going to gravitate. It really does depend. Yeah, shout out to Damon Allen. Yeah, Marcus is my guy. Always will be. I've heard so many different good, bad, and indifferent stories about Marcus, but when I met him personally, for whatever reason, right, it was amazing. I couldn't believe it because the guy didn't want to talk about himself. He wanted to talk about me more than himself, which is typically not the case. Trust me, I've been around a lot of, and again, I've been around a lot of great. Another one I'll shout out because I was just with my man. Shout out to her. Bro, my ace. The other third of one of the best backfields to ever bless the state of Connecticut. Francis Beauvoir, Frank B, Dwayne Huff, and your boy Terrence Crump. One of the best. We had a three-headed monster. Everybody knew we were running the ball, and they still couldn't stop. There was not you couldn't stop it. I digress. I'm going back into my day, but yeah, I was with my guy, man, and it just brings things full circle in terms of this whole football thing and how we are connected. This is all a fraternity, guys. We are in our 50s. Like us guys that did this thing played at the next levels, if you will, in terms of up through college. You got to remember the professional ranks is considered quote unquote professional for a reason. Not many people got to that level. Yes, I played with several guys that got to that level. Did I ever get to that level? Absolutely not. I no problem admitting that. I have no problem, did I have tryouts, all those good things, right? People want to ask questions. Yes, of course. But that and actually getting on the team, even on the practice squad, it's a different situation. And even those guys, I give way more credence to in terms of the things that they have for you from this content creation perspective. If they're keeping it real, if they're doing things, straight up on some, oh, hey, this is my experience. I'm not trying to sway you in any way, shape, or form. You know what I mean? Yeah, it is what it is, man. Hey, pigs. I love that you say this, man. I love that you say this. Shout out to Pigs. I've never played beyond high school, but I did play against guys who went on to play pro sports and whooped their butt. Bro, one of my best friends of all time. Shout out to Jubes. Anyone in Connecticut will know his father is and was a staple for just basketball in general. We come from the Northeast, yes. Turf was the kid rocking Timbs with shorts and a sweatshirt, carrying the basketball, my sneakers, from the car to the gym or wherever it was we were going to hoop it up. And yeah, Howard was second to none, man. But long story short, Marcus Camby. I don't know. People don't know. I'm from Connecticut. I'm born and raised. Marcus Camby was, for a lack of a vocabulary, straight ass. Let's keep it a bean. 7', 6, 7. You're talking about a lanky, long, Marcus Camby. Just you're growing like every 2 days. Like, there's no way to understand that. You know what I'm saying? If you really put those things together, there's no way to understand that. I have a nephew that dealt with that. He grew 6 inches in a summer. Yeah, it's right. Things that, nature takes its course. But yeah, Marcus Camby, he went to Conard High School. I can't say he graduated with my wife. I know he was there with my wife. Pause in terms of being there at the time. And yeah, Jews. Eighth grade. I mean, it was dumb, bro. Marcus Camby looked so bad. So bad, pigs. How are you 8 feet getting dunked on by dudes 5'11"? Bro, pigs. Marcus Camby was straight garbage. But guess what? It was this lady. I wish I knew her name to give the recognition. I can't recall it, remember it. But long story short, she said, young man, you come in with me to 5-star camp. And all I can say is that's the Camby y'all know. Y'all don't know the Camby that I know growing up, playing against, watching him grow, right? Same age, etc. Y'all don't know nothing about that. I lived it straight up, 100%. And it's no different in football. I mean, to Bucky Jones, was literally Mr. Football, Mr. Everything in the state of Connecticut, our year, our age, etc. Grew up in it for us, you know what I mean? And it's, I'm naming freaking monsters for the state of Connecticut that people probably have no idea, wouldn't know. People don't do my high school rival, town, etc. Bloomfield, Dwight Freeney. Guys, he's a gold jacket wearer. Dwight Freeney, Bloomfield. My aunt, my father's sister, her family raised in Bloomfield. I can talk about this stuff forever. In terms of the people that, right? I mean, the list goes on, especially from Windsor High, bro. Chris Baker, shout out to Terrence Knight, and shout out to, man, don't let me get going with the list. And I'm telling you, Connecticut is not a spot. It's not a spot, right? It's never been a spot. You're never going to get the numbers out of Georgia, Florida, Cal. But I'm telling you, I'm telling you, the dogs that came out of the state of Connecticut, exactly, pigs, is so tiny. It is literally the size, smaller than the size of certain cities, bro. Certain like a lot of them, not just the whole state. Like, and we have guys. We have guys. We have guys, man. And every which way till Sunday. I salute my athletes from CT. We all found ways to get it the best way we could, no matter how you see fit. Whether you left the state, whether you stayed in the state, whether you right. Bottom line is, we were talking all of this in terms of people having, the ability to have say or whatever, right? All these people want your credentials. I'm just telling you, my background speaks for itself. My team's background speaks for itself. Shout out to the Raider Syndicate, my guys. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. But I know that I know what I'm talking about in a lot of things. And then also, see, I have to be fair because this is the thing, man. There's this pesky little phenomenon, I guess, that tends to make people right, wrong, or indifferent, and it's easy to use. It's called statistics. Turf had to use statistics. And trust me, statistics can be broken, right? Can be used for your, narrative, all those things. You can find ways for the data, the numbers, the statistics to make sense for you, specifically for you, and your argument. But we all know that, hey, man, as the NFL, it's a monolith. It is what it is. Those numbers matter. Those statistics matter. And I'm just going to dive into it because we 30 minutes in, man. And I want to have a heart-to-heart with everybody here. Anybody that's listening in terms of a Raider fan. Do y'all really so for one, the first thing is we have so many holes to fill, offensively and defensively. My mind tells me that any team that has withstood longevity in terms of consistency, discipline, all those things, those teams are built through the draft. Period. They're built through the draft. And they're not built overnight. Yes, there are teams that have had the ability to build some things overnight based on, you know what I mean, what they had as a foundation. Raider Nation, we are at rock bottom. We are at rock bottom in terms of Raider Nation. We haven't been relevant in over 25 years, almost 3 decades. And it's time to start being realistic. Like, Al Davis was the Raiders. He is the Raiders still. And the reality is, we have to have a new direction. I think we're still in mourning. This is the honest truth. I think we are still in mourning. We are still in such shock that the identity of this team is no longer being led by the identity of the guy that created it. And you don't just do that overnight. That's like saying I'm gonna go create a Dolce and Gabbana tomorrow, and it's just gonna be successful. It's gonna work. Ah, everyone does it, right? You got Fendi, you got right, all these other brands. Listen to me. Al Davis was literally one of one. Al Davis was one of a kind. Al Davis was the reason why everything made sense until it didn't. And we all felt that for the last decade. Those days are over. We need a new regime. We need a new everything. The front office is the blind leading the blind currently right now. I know what I'm saying is not popular in terms of, hey, everybody should be looking to get out of here. My job was not being done well for whatever reason. Doesn't mean you were bad, meaning you weren't forthcoming, you weren't putting your effort and soul and heart into it. But the reality is, when the blind is leading the blind, that's what you get. I'll never forget this, man. I'll never forget this for as long as I live. I you know what? I'm gonna give this love too, man. Gerson Lerman Group. Shout out to GLG. I worked for this company that actually got me to Texas. And when I got to Texas, everything was great. But as you know, things change. Regimes change. Long story short, we get a guy in. Shout out to William Ballard. I don't even know. I still love the guy. Like he's one of the, and he's literally has no idea. He wouldn't even know who I am today based on this. But I'll never forget him coming in. One of the smartest guys, sharp. Doesn't mean that's what portrayed after the fact. I'm just telling you, he was young, sharp, coming into the game. And here I am, a guy that's been at the company for 7, 8 years. And he comes in and he asks me what's going on. And I'll never forget saying, well, we got the blind leading the blind. I was one of those blind people. I was one, even though I had cut my teeth, I had really made a name for myself. I did so much in those 7 years before he showed up. But guess what? It wasn't enough. It wasn't remotely close to what this man was prepared to do in terms of bringing this company to the next level. And when he asked little old Turf what the problem was, all Turf had to say was the blind was leading the blind. It was the truth. It was honest. It was upfront. How does he win with that, ladies and gentlemen? How? How does he win with that? I'm just gonna ask you, how does he win with that? He's coming in, he's sitting everybody down, employee after employee, person after person. What's the problems? And you get the blinds leading the blind. I saw the switch in his head completely shut down. The conversation was over immediately when I said those words. I didn't know it. I didn't understand it. I mean, I replayed this over and over, even months after it. So bitter, so hurt. Like I thought I could never be what Turf T Crumb played all ever. Bro, I'm the nucleus in this company. I've been here forever. I know where the bodies are buried. Y'all can't live without me. That's how I felt. It was so bad. It was so bad. I'll never forget these days. Like, I moved my whole family to Texas. It's like this was what we were here for, and now you cut me? Bro, it hurt. It hurt. All I'm saying is, this brings me full circle to hey, they're gonna be uncomfortable times. Um, my guy John Leon's in the building. Salute, nation. Appreciate you for coming through, my dude. Hope you enjoy the show as always. But yeah, man, we are at a time. We are absolutely being tested 100% as a fan base, as a franchise, all of it. And the truth is, there is an unknown. It is the blind leading the blind, ladies and gentlemen. See, I'm no longer blind today. I think the beard kind of signifies it. There's a lot of things I can show that'll repeat itself if you continue. Right? There's a lot of things, hey, I could be wrong about if you can continue. But what I do understand now more than ever is the reason why people lean on experience. Look, things, in my opinion, have been going downhill just across the board, top to bottom. Doesn't matter what industry, all that. Everything's been, we've been nose diving for quite some time. We really have. We've been nose diving for a while. And the reality is, man, it's just harder and harder to put together a team that has the ability to win something. You know what I'm saying? And it's tough, man. It's tough out here. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. The empire has fallen, pigs. It is. It has. I don't know how much further we can go to hit rock bottom, if you will. I think we're pretty much there. I think we have been there for quite some time. We've been living in the basement for 20 years, right? 25 strong. And that's what I'm saying. I'm no longer I'm no longer just saying, what people are wanting, and you're right, just because it sounds good. No, we got to get back to the basics, and we got to understand how these teams are being built to win football games. Because that's my question to you guys. Look at all these teams and how they were built. You think they got their quarterback first and then built around them? Is that your theory? Is that your thought process? Is that what you want to do? Is that why you're so gung ho for Mendoza, thinking he's going to be around for the next 2 decades? We draft him, he's our guy, he'll be there for a long time, right? Because what I can tell you is, again, I am going to continue to keep this up because I think it still holds weight. As an engineer at Montana State University, I was forced to take a particular class. It's called statistics. Likely, probable, right? All of these things that you want to have conversations about. And the truth is, I'm just telling y'all, don't take my word for it. You tell me who the last successful number 1 quarterback drafted was. You tell me who it was. I'm talking number one. And when I say successful, I mean win a Super Bowl. You name the last successful Super Bowl quarterback that was drafted number 1 in the NFL draft. of any year. There's a reason why you're not going to find many of those, if any. You want to know why? Because you're built in the trenches. Manning, that might be one. I don't know. Might be one. Might be. All I can tell you is we're going to be grabbing at straws to name people that are actually relevant and was worth something winning that Super Bowl. You know, the only number one guy I can think of that definitely was relevant 100% every which way till Sunday. And I mean, you're talking about that guy from Washington. Nobody's thinking of Doug Williams. He was very relevant. Is very relevant. Still is. Doug Williams, all time. Yeah. And yes, yeah. Appreciate you for coming through, my dude. Hope you enjoyed the show. We got Bravo in the building as well, man. Appreciate you for coming through. Hope you enjoyed the show. I love both of your comments. And yes, another Herbert overrated. Yeah, yes, Herbert is overrated right now. And he's actually a guy that I like. I like Herbert. I've always liked Justin Herbert. I'd rather have him than anything else we have. Right? I'd much rather have him than anybody else we have. But I digress, right? But yes, McDaniel signed with the Bolts. That was breaking news. I won't say it was here on the Ultimate Raider Fan 32 show. Y'all know I don't care about that anyways. Now that's something, yeah, and that's the other thing. Like turf is never breaking. I shouldn't say never, right? Because once I do move to Vegas, I could see where absolutely I'm breaking news, right? Shout out to the elephant in the back. Team Rabati. This is just a reminder for the people that don't know. Yeah, but it's yeah, absolutely. I'm excited to move here too. There's going to be a lot of conversation when I move here. Yeah, once it's official. It'll take some time, but I digress, man. Let's get back into these conversations, man. Like I don't I don't care if I offend anybody in terms of this whole right. I mean, truth is we're dealing with a lot in this country today. And if there's anybody that should be able to have a seat and take a break, I don't think I need to say anything about that, but also being heard. Because guess what? We've been trying to be heard since existence here. And I think that's starting to carry weight now. It's definitely not going to be anything political. Not going into that. But I just want to just voice that little piece out there, if you will, because there is perspective, right? I mean, there's a lot of things going on in this country. All I can say is, look, in order for the Raiders to build this thing back to where it's going to make sense, I think we're going to have to blow everything up to an extent. I think we're going to have to get rid of whatever is currently existing. You like that idea or not? Sorry. I don't I don't know any other way to address it. Like there's just a lot that's not good. We have a lot of roster holes to fill. We need a foundation. And I don't see anybody in their right mind thinking that an average at best Kevin Samuels type quarterback, yep, I said it, because I want people to know what I mean when I say average at best. Kevin Samuels. If you ever hear me reference Kevin Samuels, average at best, right? That's what he's known for. That's your guy, Fernando Mendoza. Average at best. Average at best. Average at best. Tell me where, look, and this is why I say I'm leaving this for the people now, because I really would love to hear what people think. Honestly, do you really think Fernando Mendoza is your end all be all? You think he's going to join the Raiders and we're going to win a championship in the next decade with him? And oh, he was such a great quarterback. He reminds us of A, B, X, Y. Do you really think that? Have you really watched Mendoza play football? Does anybody know anything about him previous to Indiana? Hmm? Anybody? Does anyone know Fernando Mendoza previous to Indiana? How many years did he play at Indiana? Does anybody know? I don't. I can tell you when I know and I don't know. Curious to know what people's knowledge is. I don't think he has a large sample size. Pause. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I don't think he has. Yeah, I don't see any of those things. Yeah, I don't see any of it. Yeah, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. This is tough. Picks. This is tough. I don't have no buttons. I'm used to my buttons, man. This is tough because I don't think people understand. Our division is the worst division in football in terms of the talent outside of the team. The front offices, bro. Name another front office division that's even remotely close to the talent. I think everyone in our division has won something other than the Raiders currently. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Dude, what a question, Yaya. Shout out to Yaya. Appreciate you for coming through once again. Hope you enjoyed the show. Yaya, do I want to trade down? 100%. 100%. If I had my buttons, I would be going. Why? You just hear a whole bunch of noise from Turf right now. Because look, this is how I'll tell. This is the way I'll explain it. First off, I want this guy to sit if we do take him. Is that going to happen? Probably not. But if we do decide to take him, I want him to sit. Like, we're going to get him killed. He's coming from the best possible scenario with the best coaching, the best players, right? From a maturity standpoint, from a trust standpoint, from I'm going to do what you want. All those, he's coming from that to us. The bottom of the 32 teams in the NFL as a rookie. There's no turning that around. I've already lobbied to the statistics. You go find me a quarterback that was drafted by their team number one that actually stayed and actually produced anything for that team. You go do the homework. Why do I always have to do the homework? I'm giving y'all nuggets to say, well, Turf did say it. Doesn't mean it comes true. Doesn't mean it comes to fruition. Doesn't mean I'm correct. But if it turns out that way and Turf was one of those guys to say it, look, I'm putting it all out there. Call me a racist. Call me whatever you want. But when's the last time you had a Cuban leader in the NFL that won anything? I've been preaching this from day one. I don't hear nothing about oh, he's from Miami. Dude, I've been going to Miami since a freaking 3-year-old. I've been going to North Miami, Overtown, the concrete jungle since that was even a thing. It's now a thing called Brickle. Don't even get me started. I will bring some folks up here to get y'all straight. Straight, not straight, straight. You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh man, don't get your boy Turf on his high horse. This is what I am. It is me. It's what James Crump Jr., right? Because Pops was junior. We had a James Crump Sr. Unfortunately, I was not alive to meet him. I'm a third, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the Crumps. And we are born and raised and come from that concrete jungle Overtown. Period. Point blank. Not this new shit. See, y'all got me. Yep. Y'all got me going back. You know what I'm saying? So, yes. That is my heritage, my roots. So, the people that came off the boat, got to right. That's Daddy's side. I mean, and then if you know the other side, that's Perry. That's just nothing but the South. Nothing but the South. Perry, Georgia. That's the other half. Pretty sure I'm probably considered one of those what they consider to be foundational Black Americans, right? Like, we ain't getting into those politics. Like I said, we're not getting into those politics. It's not going to happen tonight. Yes, crumbs. It's not going to happen tonight. Figs, stop playing, man. That's my guy. Yeah, but man, seriously, man, I'm over a lot of this stuff, man, and the reality is, I want to have a heart to heart with real true Raider fans that understand what I'm saying, that understand that there's no ill will. Yeah, there's no agenda other than what's been proven to work in the past, in the present, and in the future. You have to have something to build on. You don't go get a quarterback. See, a lot of people, I think, believe that the Bears did this. I think that people believe that the Bears didn't have any kind of a foundation. They just went and got a quarterback in Caleb Williams, and now all of a sudden, oh, see, look at the Bears. No. Mm-mm. Go look at their work. See, and that's what I'm saying. Don't take my word for it or anybody else's. Go look at the work they did. Go look at what they did to that interior offense and defensive line. Because that's where it starts, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care what your skill positions, your quarterback does. It all begins inside the trenches. That's why there's these pesky levels called FCS, FBS, D2, D3, NAIA. They're all quote unquote levels. And there's reasons they're levels. It allows you to understand how things work and what your expectations should be. Everybody doesn't play at the top of the top. Everybody doesn't get to get their ball signed, right? All that good stuff. And that's just the reality of how these things work. We are literally the bottom, if not second to bottom of the barrel in terms of the NFL out of 32 teams. And it's so wild, right? The Ultimate Raider fan 32. That number is wild. 32 teams, right? Marcus Allen, right? It's been my whole life. It's weird. It's like an omen. I don't know. All I know is I can tell you we are not ready in any way, shape, or form. You draft a Fernando Mendoza, like when you know you are there, you might have even the guy. You might even have the guy in terms of the offensive quarterback, but this guy needs to sit for a few years minimum. I look, I've done a lot of talking. It's a whole hour. Turf's out of town. I didn't plan on doing too much. I've talked. Now I'm gonna tell you why I feel the way I feel in terms of your boy Fernando Mendoza. I just don't think it makes sense. He is going to be an average quarterback at best. Kevin Samuels. What made him go viral? Maybe it'll make me go viral. Maybe that's why I use it. I don't know, right? I think it. Oh, the algorithm. Help me out, Kev. Like I don't know what to tell y'all. But it's true. I mean, it's kind of where I got in the game, right? 21, like all these things, the YouTube space. By the way, I adore and love the YouTube space. I don't watch much else. But yeah, dude, I don't know what to tell us. I don't know what to tell us, Raider fans. It's a long process. We will be doing this for quite some time. It's going to take quite some time. Um, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be an easy thing. Yeah. Yeah, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a long struggle. I want y'all to know that. And that's the thing. It's already been 25 years. I don't know. What do y'all think? Like this is where I love to hear it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, where you at with it, man? I honestly want to hear what y'all think, man. You know, we are in a complete full rebuild with no offense or defensive line. We need both guards. And that's if we put JPJ back at center and it works. Like, who knows what they've done to his psyche? Like, oh my God, bro. It gets disheartening. This is why I don't like talking about this stuff because people are acting like the people that are still in front office and still in this regime haven't done harm to what currently still exists. There's a reason why people don't come to the Las Vegas Raiders. You want to know why Matthew Stafford didn't come. You want to know why we couldn't get coaches to right. There's reasons. The people that come here, they pretty much get that. This is it. They look to the left, there's no contract. They look to the right, there's no other contract. The Raiders are going to give me a bag. I can produce or not. I'm going to be royalty into this thing for the rest of my life, anyways, because the Raiders treat their alumni, whether you are a sack of potatoes or the best alumni on the planet, the same way. I did this for 5 years. I know what I'm talking about. I did this for I know what I'm talking about. The guys that are down there that don't nobody know are getting treated just like the guys that everybody know. Am I lying? Bro, please. I know what I'm talking about. My money's been spent. Put my money where my mouth is. 100%. 100%. Always have, always will. So, yeah. Yeah. I'm 50-50. Oh, line isn't that far away. But we need depth. See, that's where I would disagree. Our O line is far away. If you want to win a Super Bowl, your second string O line should be able to just withstand. We don't have a first O line. Look what the Chargers did, and they definitely just couldn't get over them. They lost two of the top linemen the first week of the season. How'd that work out for them? You see, so that's why I critique this one a little bit more, right? In terms of the O line, right? And we're never going to stop hearing about anything. Anything. Yes. Yeah, yeah. See, Yaya already sees it. That running TD Mendoza did would not happen in the NFL. It wouldn't. It wouldn't have come close. He wouldn't have made it past the line of scrimmage. It's a different game, ladies and gentlemen. There's no running through that first tackle. Why am I so hurt over this? Why do I do this to myself? This is me doing to myself. I deserve all of this. I deserve all of this. I'm a Raider fan. It's what I chose. See, see, this is the thing that y'all aren't gonna. Maybe I don't look. I got in easy. I was born at the right time. Turf is a 70s baby. I'm 75. I was born right at the right time where the eye candy and everything made sense. Marcus Allen was right there for salivating pause. And I'm just telling y'all, I got in, I got them chips, bro. And it was like, yeah, this is what it's going to be. And now, 25 years later, I got Rundown, who ain't seen a winning season, who's tired of listening to me. Rundown don't even want to do the turf and rundown no more. I'm joking. That ain't on Rundown. I don't want y'all to think that. We definitely got that popping. Turf and Rundown is coming back. Trust me. But Unc and nephew are at opposite ends of the spectrum. We at opposite ends. Rundown just wants anything. And I get it. See, and this is how I equate it. This is how I explain this shit to the people that are of age. Like, because this is a real situation, man. Shout out to my son. Trey Day. Third, the last, the only. That's my guy. Man, he's got track coming up. Serious. It's serious. This kid is so, bro. Do you want to talk about owing an apology? It's gonna be Trey Day because I used to say all the time that my daughter stole all of the athleticism. Yeah, I've been saying that for a long time. But yeah, I digress. I go back. Like, look, guys, this we got a long situation. We got a long situation. I don't know how many people can be in it for the long haul. I don't know how many people are willing to withstand this nonsense. Uh, we still got an owner that's not understood whether he's like this. I look and I praise Mark. Everyone knows I praise Mark. Every which way till Sunday. He's my guy. Always will be after what I've seen him do. Put his money where his mouth is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I just want y'all to know, man. Experience matters. I think that us old guys, we get it. We get it on both sides of the fence. It's definitely not the same NFL. You can't hit anybody. There's no such thing as being worried about across the field. You can die out there, and they'll probably give you a championship right there when that's not fair. It's just how I feel. I'm sorry. Hey, y'all getting authenticness because that's just what it is. You get out there and you die out there, the Signetti gonna be like, man, get him off the field. The game is still going. Who's next man up? That's just how we. It's just how we operate. It's Neanderthalism. I don't, but it's what's necessary to win a war, and I mean a war. The NFL is a war. Them last two teams standing, bro, they both on the edge. They both on the last leg. They both lucky to make it, but they get the dance for that last joint, the one that matters the most every year of the season, and they found a way to do it, unlike the other 30 teams in the NFL. I don't know, man. I lose a lot of my thoughts while I talk, right? Especially with the chat going through. Sometimes I need to make sure I jot stuff down so I can get those points across. I know there were a few of them I missed tonight, but the one I won't miss, ladies and gentlemen, this is not something you fix overnight. It's not. See, there are teams that have been trying things and really kind of like shifting the sand, but still having somewhat of a foundation. We don't have none of that. And it's going to take a long time to get any of it back. And I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to tell you about that. What do you think? Pigs. Joshua. Brother Yaya. Man, we had a few people in here, man. I appreciate y'all for coming through. This is one of those, man. Eddie Krim in the building. Look, we had some guys. Right? Turf is out of pocket. Thursday, I should be in Omaha, aka Lincoln. Yes. So Turf will be in Lincoln, Nebraska. I will be kicking it with none other than my boy Cedric Cooper, phenomenon from Omaha, Nebraska. One of the wildest, weirdest, craziest athletes I've ever witnessed eyes on. In fact, he just got inducted to the Benson Bunnies Hall of Fame. Shout out to my dog Coop. I wish I could be there for that for him. I'm gonna just tell y'all this one quick one, man. This kid in the gym benching close grip, 400 pounds close grip. Why you bench like that, Coop? Mm. It's the only way I was taught how to bench. I probably said this a million times. If you didn't know, now you know. I am in awe of the athletes that come out of the little old town called Omaha. There's nothing there, and some of the most extraordinary people come from there. I've been fortunate to be around quite a few of them. That's interesting. I will be back, University of Nebraska. The Golden Gophers, the Gopher Girlies, the GGs, however you want to pronounce it, will be there. You know me. Knock on wood, I get there based on flight travel. It is winter time. You know that thing can have a problem with getting in the way, but we hope to get there. I'm going early, so we got a couple of days in case. It is what it is, man. I'm ready for the season. I'm just not looking towards much. You know what I'm saying? I'm not looking towards much. I hope we make some strides. I hope we put things in the right direction. I hope we gain a little bit of we gain a little bit of something that makes sense in terms of our foundation, offense and defensive line, everywhere. We'll see. But it's your boy, man. It's your boy Turf. I am on my Mac, so I was gonna say I should expect all of the. I love it. All of the things. Where are the things at? Come on, man. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see in the background, but yeah, this has been a great show. Turf is trying to not miss. I appreciate y'all. We're gonna chop this up, do all the things we need to do. Yeah, I didn't even get off everything. I'm not informed. I'm not right. I'll be back home next week. Please believe it. Tina back in the crib. Garage out. That's a whole other conversation. Tina back in the crib. Wifey know what I'm talking about. Man, Turf about to go get his girly back. That 550. That 550 coming back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm excited. Man. Great show. Great time. We're gonna dig deeper into this. It's not over. I trust me. When I get all this stuff back, when I get back into the lab, I'm going to really put on the show for y'all in terms of why. See, that's the thing, and that's the thing. I want to put in why. I don't want to just, and then you're gonna take that as hate too. But at least you have the hate. You can say, "Hey, look, why this guy doesn't want to." At least you'll have it. And then you can say, "Yeah, we know why Turf doesn't want him." It's not gonna do us any good as of right now. But anywho, tomorrow night it's gonna be tough. I'm flying out. And in fact, I'm not. I'm just gonna be honest. Unless Coach Angelo can do anything later, I don't even know what I'm set up like. Probably can just do it on right turf, if you will, background, all that good stuff. Maybe we can get a showing on a knockout canvas, but Thursday for sure. One dead in the water will be live and direct, and yeah. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Week after that, we in good. Them Gopher girlies, Nebraska. Shout out to my dog, man. Sam, we got a new coach, man. I like this kid. Sam. I can call him kid because he's younger than me, right? He's not a kid. He's a freaking coach, man. But nah, I like this guy. I like Sam. And initially I didn't. Yep. See, I have no problem saying. I was like, I don't know. Man, met him, got to chopping it up. I love this guy. He's good for the girls. They are clearly responding. And I'm telling y'all right now, Minnesota got something popping. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Gravy in the building. My dog, my dude. Bro, we got to get a show together. You know me, man. I'm always all over the place. I'm not home now. But bro, when Turf and Gravy get together, it's a beautiful thing. And we don't always agree, bro. Everybody knows that. But bro, we be agreeing. And I think we totally agree on this one. Bro, I love Coach Gravy. It's my dude. Bro, it's good to hear you, man. It's good to see you pop up, bro. I appreciate that. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot to talk about. And this thing ain't gonna end, even though I'm all over the place. Like I said, normally I would have on some attire, but you know we rocking those golden gophers, man. It is gymnastics season. We just took down number 5, number 10, number 22. These girls is serious this year. Now I just need to get the Raiders to understand how to make this happen. Raiders, there is a blueprint. We can find a way out of this. All right. Turf is out. Peace. Y'all have a good night, man. Thursday night. We'll see you. One dead.